And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to all of you that are part of our live broadcast, new distributor training for Saturday morning. My name is Fred Holmes, and to my right, or your left, or whatever, is my partner David Moses, one of our top distributors in the company, multi-million-dollar earner in the industry, and certainly in the last few years with our previous venture. And for those of you that are brand new to what we're doing, brand new distributors, or maybe an invited guest, take a look, see what kind of support systems are available to you. A very warm welcome. We're going to cover a lot of things this morning, but I want to make sure you understand that for those of you that are brand new to the profession, we have specific training videos that you can go through, and I mean literally 30 minutes. It will teach you all of the fundamentals about what we do in our type of business. You can access, go to my personal website. It's fredholmes.com. I'm sorry, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/FredHolmesZeja. And the person invited you to be here, they'll give you access to the direct links. You'll see a playlist tab there with a new distributor training, 30 minutes of, a culmination of probably 35 years that I've had in this profession on what a brand new person wants to do to get off to a fast start. Now, today is kind of a special day. We are really at the forefront of a major project that we've been working with here for a while. David Moses is actually the gentleman that introduced me to our company. Now what, 12 and a half years ago, something like that. It has been an incredible journey for me and my family. It set us up for a level of prosperity that frankly, 99% of the people in the country cannot appreciate. And I do this part-time from home. I have my elderly mother with me. She'll be 94 here in June. We've been suffering with dementia issues for a number of years. And it allowed me to work this business from home, part-time, around mom's schedule, which is the most beautiful thing in the world, to be able to have a business to create prosperity, but make your family and your loved ones the priority and the business the second issue. David, we were talking over this last couple of days about something you shared a lot with me about this 12 and a half years ago. Okay, this concept of positioning, what we have, and then posture of us as distributors. And I can't thank you more, enough for those kinds of that wisdom that you gave me 12 and a half years ago. And maybe we can, have you introduce yourself to the people, because I'm looking right now, there's a lot of brand new people that are part of this broadcast. And then I'd really appreciate it if you could spend some time sharing that concept, because of today's situation, our movement into isogenics, this concept of how to position what we're doing, because everybody needs to know how to do that.
All right, well, I'm going to talk about it in really the context of personal development and being in the right vibration to attract that which we want. And I say that because I too, I'm just like everybody else. I'm human and can also get caught up in a lot of the noise that's out there, and it can shift us from the posture that we require to attract success into a vortex, into a spin that is not conducive to doing business. I can tell you in the last week, I was at a Bob Proctor seminar 2 weeks ago, right here in Toronto. I mean, it's amazing. 2 weeks ago, I'm in a group format with almost a couple of hundred people, and 2 weeks later, we've been in lockdown. So it's amazing how quickly things have changed here in the city of Toronto. About 10 million people within 10 miles of the downtown core. And one of the conversations, or one of the topics that Bob talked about, was being, everything is connected through energy. We're all connected. But it just depends at what level of vibration we are within that connection. Where are we? Are we in a couch potato mode? Are we in a, watching the news mode? Are we Where are we in that mode? And I did some reflection after the way he positioned that, and realized that, hey, with all the things that have been going on, and I've been in the mode of traveling the world, and now at home, now in lockdown, and that in order to really be of service to people, to be of maximum value, to move the organization, to grow, to create security, I would have to flip that switch and change the vibration. For those of you that have been working with me, you will see that it will become very obvious that something has changed. Last week, as a part of that change, Fred, I picked up the phone and started calling people. I made, less than a dozen phone calls, and all of a sudden, we've got a number of new business partners, some of whom have already put other people on the presentation, and they're on their way to becoming a consultant and so forth, manager, and advancing their business. And so I say to you this, to all of the people listening, whether you're a part of the team, sorry, I got all kinds of messages going on at the same time, so I'm going to be multitasking here. I say this to you, whether you're one of the team members or you're a guest viewing this broadcast, or you're a new member, you've just recently joined us here at Isogenics. All of us, every single one of us, have the capacity within us to flip that switch and change that vibration and start attracting success. We have people that are moving forward that have become what we call crystal managers, crystal executives, and that's something we're going to talk about also on this broadcast, how to do it. Many of you have probably seen the link. We'll make sure that you have that link. We have those that may have not made that transition yet, or flip that switch, and what I want to accomplish today is to help you make that switch. The first thing I want to tell you is this, for all of us, for those of you who are team members, as a part of the organization, we will continue to have many of the core products that we've become accustomed to over these years. But we are now in this company, Isogenics. That's the company we're in. I would suggest to all of you, right, you're not going to hear me say, you're not going to hear me talk about anything other than Isogenics going forward. Why? Because when we speak to new people, when we are approaching a brand new person, when we are prospecting and or looking for customers to get on these products and or into our system, the only context they have is the context that we communicate to them. They don't know about our team, where we come from. They only know about what's being presented to them today. And so it is my suggestion, not even a suggestion, I am telling you, if you want to build a team, you want your team to grow, you want your team to duplicate, you want your brand new person to plug in, follow the system, and ultimately become a crystal executive. In other words, achieve that status within the given amount of time, and to earn all of the bonuses associated with it, then you have to teach them, train them, coach them, and plug them into what we are doing today. And what we're doing today is Isogenics. So I want you to write that down. If you've got a notepad or somewhere where you can remind yourself that this is what we do today. If we talk about anything, listen carefully, if we talk about anything other than what we're doing today, you will not get the result that you're looking for. That's 100%, because you'll be talking about something that doesn't exist, right? So we've made, I've made that transition mentally. You need to make that too, and then of course communicate it. Now, here's another thing I can tell you. I called a cousin of mine, and you will see him on Monday or Tuesday. So I'm mentioning names of people that I'm talking to that I'm going to be recruiting. His name is Gavin Klingbein. He's married to my first, one of my first cousins. I have 25 first cousins. Sorry, you know what? When you become 57, you got to put your glasses on when someone messages you. I called Gavin today, and you know, Gavin has known about my business activities for many, many years, decades, right? He's married to one of my first cousins. He is in HR. He is in leadership, motivation, and managing people for a company, a corporation. He is in one of the essential services. So he is, you know, full blown at work today. And I called up Gavin and I said, you know, Gavin, are you interested in weight loss? I mean, it was a pretty simple, a pretty simple approach. He said, I'm always interested in weight loss. I've tried everything. So I started talking to him about Isagenix. I told him about, I'm about to go and build an entirely new team. Would love you to come on board. Would love you to be amongst some of the, you know, the first people. I have sponsored a few people. And you know what he said to me? He goes, I know about Isagenix. I've been approached before. It is an amazing brand. I like it. I've tried the product way back in the past, but I'm not involved. But I will absolutely, definitely want to be involved with you if you are going to build again. And for me, it was kind of like just a validation. When you switch your vibration, switch your thinking, switch your presentation, all of a sudden, you're going to start to attract people. So Gavin's another one that's going to sponsor on Monday, along with probably about a half a dozen more next week, and then a half a dozen the following week, if all goes well, and I have no doubt it'll go well. What I'm suggesting to you, what I'm telling you in terms of posture, in terms of positioning, right? Here's the focus. We're a brand new team with a brand new opportunity. A company that is got a great foundation, probably the best foundation of any company in the industry, certainly the best foundation of any company I've been associated with. And we're brand new here. We're brand new as a team. We're fresh. Most of our contacts will not have been involved, although they may have heard of the brand, which is great because we don't have to educate them, right? The goal is, the key is to invite people. I'm actually approaching people not as much from the business standpoint as I am getting them on the product, but letting them know that my intention, and you can write this down, my intention over the next 12 to 24 months, and I would say probably more like 24 months, is to build anywhere from 25,000 to probably upwards of 50,000 new people. 50,000. If all goes well, if we really hit stride, that number could hit 100,000. But I'm going to go with 50,000. Very doable. I've done it not once, but many times before. I want to do it with this team. Those of you that are on this broadcast, all of our businesses will need to grow. Each of us will need to grow by hundreds, if not thousands, in order to achieve 50,000 new people in this organization. Now, I'm not including all of the other teams that make up our team, and there are many of them. I'm talking about what I'm going to build with this team. And that's, you know, people with you, Fred, Pat Andersen, Karen Hill, and a number of people, Reed Nelson, who make up, Phil Jacobson, who make up the area within the compensation plan that I'll be working. We're going to do that by a schedule of not only presentations, but these kinds of trainings and other marketing initiatives that will help us penetrate a variety of new markets. I'll give you a couple of examples. Virtually every gym and personal trainers who work at these gyms are closed now. I mean, think about that for a moment, right? I mean, I'm not even talking about all the waitresses and waiters and companies, and Las Vegas is like a ghost town. I'm talking about just personal trainers and gyms, right? You've got all of these people and they have their clients now at home, and we can switch. We can just flip the switch and all of a sudden be talking to them in the context of what we do in terms of marketing weight loss, marketing health products, boosting your immune system, and marketing sports nutrition when people are working out from their home, whether they're on their Peloton or their Nordicycle, whatever they're doing, we can plug them in. And then, of course, bring the necessary information to them. So this is all about your posture, your positioning, and all of that starts with our mindset. Switch your mindset, be aware of it, be conscious of where your mindset is, and I guarantee you, you're going to have a totally different experience. So, Fred, I think that covers the first component, unless you want me to expand on a particular topic.
No, I think it's real clear, David. It's all about looking forward as opposed to living in the past. And, you know, and honestly, and I shared this with you, I had to like slap myself up the head and say, why didn't I think of that? You know, because I'm smarter than that. But that's exactly, and you know, it's exciting to go back, because I've done this with a few people here in the last couple of days. It's exciting, just what you said. It's exciting to contact somebody and say, I got a brand new program. We've done really, really well. Sorry you didn't join us the last time. Would you be interested in getting rich with us this time? And you know what? People are interested. Now, one of the things that might be helpful, especially for our new people, because, you know, a lot of people say, David, you know, it's easy for a guy like David Moses to talk to somebody about, I've got a new project and would you want to build with me since you didn't the last time? And, you know, and to a lesser extent myself. And, you know, it's easy if you've made a ton of money to call somebody up and get them interested in getting in on the beginning with you. What's a brand new person? How should they position themselves as they start reaching out to some of their, you know, business-minded contacts? They don't have that documentation of being $1 million earner. Suggest something.
Not a problem. And by the way, I just got a message from guess who, Gavin. He should be logging in. I just gave him the Zoom. I don't know if you guys can see that or the name, but he's excited. You know, when I started, and even today, Fred, I've brought a couple of people to the table, some bigger people, but I didn't use my story because I'm new. I'm just getting started here. I went to my upline, which is the company. So I was on a Zoom yesterday with Kathy Coover. She did the talking on my behalf to the person I brought to the table. Now, okay, the person came to the table because I have a relationship with them. Okay, because they know that I've had success in the past and in this business, but I still needed third-party validation. I needed the horsepower of what I like to call my upline, the owners of this company. Nothing is different if you're new and you're getting started. You don't have to be the story. You don't have to be the issue. You are just the connector. You're just the connector. And so what I would invite you to do is you make the invitation, and it might be from a product standpoint. You know, let me ask you, are you interested in losing weight? I'm getting on a program and I'd love to do it with you. I'd love to do it with you, or I'd love you to do it with me, right? You know, you're inviting someone to do something with you. From a business standpoint or a structural standpoint, you only need to be the person doing the invitation. Don't be doing the talking, right? do the invitation, invite them to a presentation, which I'll be doing several times a week, and if necessary, several times a day. I got nothing else to do at the house here, so I'll be available several times a day, and bring them to myself, bring them to Pat Andersen, bring them to Reed Nelson, bring them to Fred Holmes, bring them to Karen Hill, bring them to one of the leaders that you're working with, and let the system and or a third party do the presentation. So you invite someone, they're at a 1 or 2. By the time they're finished viewing a presentation that I might do, or maybe you're watching the ISA movie. I watched that several times yesterday. I think it's really well done. It's really well done. It's a great tool. You're going to move them from a 2 or a 3 up to a 7 or 8. We get their questions answered, and you get them on the product, and you've got a brand new person. Don't make this business difficult, because it's not. It's dead simple.
You know, David, as you're talking, pardon me, I'm eating my breakfast. As you're talking, I'm remembering my first 11 days in Zija. You know, I started with the biggest package that we got.
What's Zija?
With the last company.
Oh, okay.
And you know, I put like $1,300 worth of product on my credit card, and I simply followed that system. I started making a call. I got something I'd like you to look at. Are you open? I sent them to that 5-minute little telephone recording. Do you remember that first tool we had? It was like the only tool we had.
A 2-minute sizzle call.
That's and then I said, and I want you to meet the guy I'm working with, and I shut up. I let you talk to him. I shut up. 11 days, and I was in profit, because that's all I did. It wasn't about me. It was about take a look, meet my guy.
Let me tell you, Fred, I can tell you the compensation plan here with the PI bonus, the PIB bonuses or double PIBs, the crystal bonuses on the way up is far, far superior. A lot more horsepower, a lot more upside for the same amount of work.
No, this compensation plan is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And you know what I'm so excited, David, because frankly, to get to diamond and the higher levels of our previous program, you really had to have some serious players. Here, this is designed for the person that can get 2 customers and teach a friend how to get 2 customers. That's it. And you can.
Yeah, you've got to listen. You get 2 people, and then your team develops from your efforts, their efforts, and or your upline's efforts. We can earn a huge amount of money with just 2 qualified people, 1 on each side.
Yep. Now,
by the way, I will be doing, just on that note, I will be doing whiteboard trainings on a variety of these concepts as we proceed forward.
Very good. Now, I'm going to put into the chat box the link to the Zoom meeting that you did yourself, Emily, and Chris Estes, talking about the bonus program. I'm going to put that link in the chat window. Folks, for those of you on mobile devices, tap your screen. You'll see the little chat bubble. I'm going to put the link in there right now. But maybe you can kind of give, like, you know, the Cliff Notes version of how somebody can earn that extra $4,000+ in a very short period of time, starting today.
Okay, so the Crystal program is all about. Oh, sorry, it's supposed to go like this. Is all about the speed at which we build, the speed at which we invite people and build. Okay, ultimately, the goal is to make the maximum amount of money. Now, we're going to make money along the way, right? Consultant, director, manager, executive. Am I correct?
That is correct.
All right. I'm learning too. Consultant, I sponsor someone and I help them get there too, right? Step 1, right? Then manager, I help those 2 people get there too. And then executive. Now, executive, I've built 5 consultants. So I've got 5 consultants on my left side. I guess that would be your right. And 5 consultants on my right side. And I guess that'd be your left. So 5 on each side. And I've helped those 5 people get there too. Right? The idea is that we have 180 days to do that, to earn those bonuses, not including the binary commissions. Just those bonuses for building that structure. You don't have to do it in 180 days. We have people right now on our team that have done it in 30 days. So they've done what they've been given 6 months to do, and they've done it in 30 days. So whether you do it in 3 days, 30 days, or 90 days, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that's your goal, that's your focus. The video training that I did with Chris Estes and Emily at corporate will take you through that, along with a little bit of a Q&A. So I've been doing, I did some of the Q&A, and Chris did the structure of what that looks like on the whiteboard. What I want you to do is I want you to watch that video at least 3 times. It's only like about 15 minutes, 15 or 20 minutes. Watch it 3 times. Watch it when we finish here. Watch it later this afternoon. Watch it tonight. Watch it until you can explain it. Let me repeat that. Watch it until you can explain it. Watch it until you can explain it. When you can explain it and teach it, then you can coach someone, you can guide someone, and you can help someone along the way. So Gavin, if you've logged on, you're going to be my new personal on Monday, right? I want to help you become a crystal executive and make an extra 5 or 6 grand, Canadian, because we get paid in American, flip it over, all of a sudden you've got, an extra 35%. I want to help you do that. And you can do that on a very part-time basis, knowing that you have a full-time career. So note the language. I didn't say job, I said career. Sounds better, right? So Gavin, that's something I want to help you do. So if you get a chance, I want you to watch that link. You see what I'm doing with the new person I'm working with? I'm making sure that I'm directing them to the information that they require in order to hit the targets they need to hit. You want to be a teacher, a trainer, a coach. You want to be a tour guide and direct people to the appropriate information so that they can develop, so that you can end up with a team providing you with a royalty residual income.
Now, Dave, we covered the 3 main things I wanted to do, and I guess the focus with the crystal bonus is real simple, is that these are the rank advancements through the compensation plan with our new company, and you simply get extra money for doing it in a timely fashion. That's about it, right?
Yep.
Now, if you're open to it, could we take a couple of questions and answers from the group here?
Absolutely.
All right, very good. And so folks, I'm monitoring the chat box. Feel free to throw in a question in that little chat box, and then I'll field it over to David. And let me kind of start out, David, because probably like a lot of people, last few years, I've had some challenges here at home with mom. The business has been great. I worked hard in the early days, created that residual level of income. I didn't really need to be hammering down, working hard. But it's a matter of getting ramped back up, because I, for one, am not going to miss this next program. The next 3 to 5 years can set anybody up to call their shots the rest of their lives. If you were to advise me, we know each other, but if you were to advise me as a distributor, whether I'm brand new, well, I've been around for a while and kind of sitting in the back, on the back of the bus or whatever. What would you say would be like the number one thing I could do starting today? Because this is the beginning of the crystal bonus. The effective date is right now. What would be the number one thing I could do over the next 30 days to take advantage of the crystal bonus program?
Dead simple. I'm going to give you the formula. I want you to attend every presentation that we do, and I'm going to be doing them on a regular basis. Attend every one of them. And bring a couple of friends with you to each one. Listen, people are at home, folks, and they're going to be at home for none of us know how long. They don't even know what to do with themselves now. People are, well, they're bored at home. They need a direct. You can only watch so much news, so much Netflix, so much TV, right? There's only so many things you can do when you're cooped up at home on lockdown. So for people to get on one of these webinars, get some inspiration, get some positive energy, people that are moving forward, people that are doing things, getting things done, having success from a product standpoint, maintaining weight, not putting on weight, making money, I would estimate that about 100% of the people would be willing to explore that. I'm not saying every single person's going to join, but I am saying about 100% would be willing to take a look. They'd be willing to explore the possibilities. Invite them. If you're inviting people to every one of those presentations, and there might be multiples during the day, I guarantee you by the end of 30 days, you will have so much momentum, so much activity, so many new people, so many new customers, and some of them are going to be duplicating. That's what you do over the next 30 days.
Pat Andersen had an excellent suggestion, which was, since, just like you said, everybody's at home, set up a Zoom meeting with a few friends just to say hi. Well, what a great way to be able to start showcasing what you're doing. David, maybe we can outline some of the presentations. I know you're going live periodically on Facebook. We do have Wednesday evening with Pat Andersen, talk with Pat.
I think what I'm going to do, Fred, is the lives on Facebook will be more of a motivation communication type of thing. But we're going to be doing live recruiting and customer acquisition, business building Zoom presentations on Zoom. So I'd like to be able to do Monday, Tuesday, support Pat on Wednesday, and then Thursday, and then the Saturday training. So basically 4 days a week with a Saturday training, and on Friday, maybe I'll be like sort of a freelance freestyle and be available where people need me to be on their Zooms.
Well, I can tell you, David, I'm incredibly excited about partnering with you for the Thursday business presentations, the Saturday trainings. I know Pat is as well. Actually, I've got Pat right here. I'm going to bring her over to.
I might even be doing it twice, because I'll be doing it with you, and I plan on, I'm building a whole new leg, a whole new team with Karen Hill, and I'm going to be doing presentations with Karen to develop that new team with her.
Okay.
Right? That team is going to be, part of that 50,000 people.
I got a special surprise, Dave. We're just, this is impromptu. Pat Andersen, I'm going to bring her over to this side because she is clearly, she's been leading the field for a number of years. I'm going to bring her on to this side because, there's a lot of people that need to be focused on what Pat's doing as well. Pat, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm back in Oklahoma, and of course I have terrible internet.
It's working well now, Pat, and I was going to say,
right, we can see you. You look great. You look great, Pat, and welcome back to Oklahoma. I'm glad you're out of Florida. It's not a good time to be there.
I couldn't golf anyway, so I may as well come home and work.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's my 12-year anniversary.
Ah,
I have,
congratulations.
And what better way to celebrate than with our new company?
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
I'm looking forward to many, many more years with them and growing and helping the team as much as I can. So the only thing that I would really like to ask, because you've got a lot of people on here, is contact me with your testimonials. All right. I want to do on the Wednesday nights testimonials on how you're doing, whether it's business, whether it's product, losing weight, whatever it is. The more testimonials and building stories, that's what's going to build our businesses. So please message me on Facebook. Okay. so Fred, we're all kicking it into gear right now. I've been doing nothing but calling people that have been in the business years ago that maybe dropped out for one reason or other, or people like that maybe just stayed on the product and they never really built. And then I'm showing them the opportunities. So that's basically all I'm doing right now, is just going over and over all those contacts.
And we've got a lot of people. I got a lot of people. I'm who are like, we've sent in our pictures, and we've got on this program. I'm partial to the strawberry. I know you like the birthday cake, Pat. I love the strawberry and the vanilla, strawberry and vanilla. And I like my little snacks. I got my little chocolate. I mean, listen, any company that's marketing chocolate snacks, seriously? Come on.
Okay, remember how many you can have, David.
I know that. Don't worry. I got my point. I got my points chart. I got the chart, and I'm reading the chart. And yeah, Fred, I have those too.
hey,
So I got my e-shots.
this is my new favorite product. And Pat Andersen, I'm holding myself back to 2 a day. 2 boxes a day.
Yeah. By the way,
yeah,
you know that there's a lot of talk about having a strong immune system in light of everything going on. That is what I put in the shake in the morning, right there, and in the shake in the afternoon. So you get a double boost. All the things that we need to be doing are a part of this program, aside from developing a secondary or what might become a primary income from the comfort of our own home.
But the problem is only you Canadians can have that immune right now. I know it's good because I did try it. But
really?
So Canadians, take advantage of it.
You're saying you can't get that in America?
Not yet, but it's
I like that. I like
but
that. We got an American
taking.
company, and finally Canada can have something you guys can't. Nice. I like it.
But I'm doubling up on my super mix. I'm using our Pro Shield oils, tea tree oil. I'm making sure that I'm being smart. Okay. Those of you that have pets, there's some oils that you can use just on their skin in case some person touched them that they weren't supposed to. Like, do some research. I posted a really good thing on Facebook today about how long the virus will stay on things. So we really need to be washing down a lot of stuff. And use your debit cards, not cash money anymore. That's the big one.
That's another story. Yeah.
Don't want to touch money.
Folks, you're going to hear it in my energy, my posture. I'm excited about what's going on. I'm excited about moving forward. I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled that everybody I've spoken to, my friends, my family, other associates who are in other jobs, other careers, doctors, lawyers, everybody's got a challenge now. Dentist, my brother-in-law, he canceled my appointment. The dentists are not allowed to see anybody unless it's an outright emergency, right? Everybody is on hold, and we're in a business that's not only not on hold, but we can advance it, and we can advance it quickly, dramatically. And we've got a captive audience now who absolutely are going to need another vehicle. Wake up. Do not sleep on this. Don't miss this moment. It won't be here forever. It will not be here forever, but it is a moment that you can use as a springboard over the next 90 days to launch your business into the stratosphere. Take advantage of it.
I agree.
Pat, let's wrap it up and give everybody the schedule of events. Pat, give everybody how they can reach you on your broadcast on Wednesday.
Yep, you can just go to theclubmariga.com until we change the name here, which we're going to be, and click on the watch episode, and you'll see our 9:30 on Wednesday night. And as I said, please, everybody, send me messages, because I want to showcase you.
Okay, and maybe a little like a 15, 20-second video clip. Would that work?
That'll be perfect.
Okay. Thursday evening at 5:30 Pacific, David and myself will be doing business presentations with other guests. Access that through my direct channel, fredholmes.com/webinar. Saturday morning, as often as possible, David will join us for new distributor training. Same link, fredholmes.com/webinar. And then David, your Facebook link is probably one of the best ways for people to stay in touch with what you're doing. It's just what, David Moses OTW?
My Facebook link, I think most everybody has it. If you don't have it, make sure you'll see me there with the silver suit. And I think I've got a picture of Adam Sandler on the header. If we're not connected, friend request, and I'm going to make some room by deleting any accounts that I'm no longer communicating with. That's where will be my primary communication portal, but we will have more and more infrastructure in place as the next week and 2 weeks go by. But for sure, be on these regular presentations. We'll keep them short, sort of a 15-minute snapshot of the business, and then you're free to go. So it's not, we're not doing half an hour, 45-minute presentations. We're keeping them real short. This is a training, so it's a little bit different. Remember, be sure to watch the video that Chris and I did on becoming a Crystal executive, so that you learn the basics on what a new person should be doing, and maybe ideally what their goals should be. And then you are to support them, help them, coach them to achieve that goal. So with that, Fred, thank you. And thanks for everybody. Pat, thanks for all that you're doing. And
Great to see both of you. This is so much fun. This is like going back 12 years, right? I'm excited.
12 years.
All right, we'll see you guys.